The enemy doesn't need to destroy your faith. He just needs to divide your allegiance. And the fastest way to do that is through your body. Because here's what most Christian women don't realize. The body is not a side issue. It's not something you deal with when you have time or after you get your spiritual life together. Your body is the battlefield. And if the enemy can keep you obsessed with food, enslaved with fitness culture, paralyzed by fatigue, he doesn't have to touch your calling because your body will delay it for him. I'm Renee, and in this video, I'm going to expose the 3 weapons the enemy uses to keep women saved, sincere, and completely stalled. If you've ever felt like you love God but can't seem to move when he speaks, if you've ever wondered why your prayers feel stuck, if you ever have felt that your body is working against you instead of for you, this video is for you. The enemy's not creative. He's very strategic though. He does not need a new plan for every woman. He just needs to find the place where you are the most valuable, most distracted, and most divided. And he's gonna camp out right there. And for most women, that place is the body. Not because the body's bad, but because the body is the first place obedience is tested. Think about it. When God gives you an assignment, what's the first thing that shows up? Resistance in your body. I'm too tired. I don't feel like it. I'll do it when I lose the weight. I'll start when I have more energy. I need to get my life together first. And it all feels very reasonable in the moment, but you look back and you think, I'm just lazy, I'm not disciplined. That's not what it is. This is warfare. And the enemy knows that if he can keep your body out of alignment, he can keep your calling out of reach. The first weapon is food. And I'm not just talking about binge eating or emotional eating, though that is part of it. I'm talking about the way food becomes a control mechanism, a coping mechanism, a reward system, and also a punishment system. I'm talking about the woman who spends more time thinking about what she's going to eat than she does in prayer, uses food to numb the emotions instead of bringing them to God, restricts food to feel in control when life feels a little chaotic, binges when she feels out of control, then spends the next 3 days sulking in shame. And here's the thing. You're praying, you're asking God to help you, you're reading the Bible, but you've never actually surrendered the food. Because surrendering the food means surrendering control. And surrendering control means trusting God with the thing you've been using to manage your life. So instead, you stay in the cycle, restricting, binging, shame, repeat. And the whole time the enemy's whispering, you're just not disciplined enough. You're just not strong enough. You're never going to get this right. And you believe him. But here's what's really happening. Food has become an idol. And I don't mean that lightly. I mean it biblically. An idol is anything that you run to for comfort, control, or identity that isn't God. When the food becomes the thing that you use to cope, the thing that you think about constantly, the thing that determines whether you feel good or bad about yourself, that is idolatry. And idolatry delays impact. You cannot serve 2 masters. You cannot run to food for comfort and run to God for direction. One will always win. And if food is winning, your calling is waiting. But here's the other side of food obsession that nobody talks about. The woman who is disciplined, the woman who hits her macros every single day, meal preps, tracks everything, never misses a beat. On the surface, it looks like amazing, impeccable stewardship. But when you look closer, you realize that she's not doing it to be equipped for her calling. She's doing it to get approval from man. She's doing it so people will say, wow, you're so disciplined. She's doing it so she can feel like she's in control. So her body can be her identity. And that's still idolatry, because discipline that's rooted in self-reliance is not biblical stewardship. It's just another form of control that has a biblical label slapped on it. And the enemy loves this. He's cheering. He's so excited because it keeps you busy. It keeps you performing. It keeps you distracted from the actual assignment that God's given you. So whether you are binging or restricting, whether you are obsessing or disciplined, if food has your attention more than God does, the enemy is winning. The second weapon is fitness idolization. And this one's very sneaky because it looks holy. It looks like discipline. It looks like stewardship. It looks like you're taking care of your temple. But when you peel it back and you look inward, you realize fitness has become your identity. Let me give you some examples. This is for the woman who can't miss a workout without feeling guilty, anxious, or like you ruin the day. Your self-worth rises and falls with the scale. You spend more time in the gym than in the Word. You're praying before your workouts, but never asking God if He actually wants you in the gym that day. Using fitness as a way to earn approval, attention, or validation. And here's the thing. You'll say, I'm doing it for God. And you honestly probably believe that. You'll say, I'm stewarding my body. But when you look at your life, you see that your body is your brand. Your body is your confidence. Your body, it's your worth. And the second that your body changes, whether it's weight gain, injury, pregnancy, aging, your identity collapses. Because it was never rooted in God. It was rooted in your body. That was your idol. That's idolatry. I know this because I lived it. For 10 years, I did fitness the world's way. The last couple of years, I tried to merge God with my fitness journey. And I prayed before my workouts. I posted the Bible verses with my progress photos. I talked about glorifying God with my body, and I really thought I was doing it. I deeply believed it. But the truth, my body was my God. I didn't realize it at the time, but when God confronted me and He asked me to surrender it all, I couldn't. Because my identity was tied to my body. My business was tied to my body. My community was tied to my body. And when God asked me to let it go, I resisted until I couldn't anymore. And when I finally surrendered, I gained 40 pounds. I lost my business. I lost my community. I lost everything I thought made me, me. And in that season, God showed me, you were never serving me. You were serving your body, and your body was serving you. That is fitness idolization. And it doesn't just delay your calling. It starts to make you disqualify yourself from it. Because God's not going to use something that's not going to get the glory in the end. He wants you to glorify Him through what you are doing in this world. He gets the glory. The third weapon is fatigue and passivity. And this one's the most dangerous because it doesn't look like sin. It looks like rest. It looks like I'm just tired. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just in a season. But here's what's really happening. The enemy has convinced you that fatigue is a reason to delay obedience, and passivity has become your default. Let me be very clear. Rest is biblical. Sabbath is biblical. There are seasons where God calls you to slow down, but passivity is not rest. Passivity is when you hear God speak and you don't move. When you know what He's asking you to do, but you say, I'm too tired, I'll try tomorrow. Passivity is when you use your body as an excuse to avoid obedience. And the enemy loves this because it keeps you saved and sincere and completely stuck. Here's what this looks like practically. The woman who knows God's calling her to start the business, write the book, lead the ministry, but says, I'll do it when I have more energy. You're staying up late scrolling, then wake up too tired to pray. You're eating in a way that makes you feel sluggish and then blames your body for your lack of discipline. You skip the workout, skip the walk, skip the movement, and then you wonder why you feel stuck, foggy, and then you wonder why you feel heavy, foggy, and stuck. You use I'm just tired as a blanket to excuse delayed obedience. Your body is not the problem. Your stewardship of your body is the problem. Because when you do not steward your body biblically, your body becomes the very bottleneck to your calling. And you cannot move when God says move because your body won't let you. You can't think clearly because your body is in a fog. You can't endure because your body has no capacity. Tell me how this sounds biblical. And the enemy does not have to stop you because your body is doing it for him. It's literally working for the kingdom of darkness. The enemy's strategy is simple. Keep you divided. Keep you obsessed with food so you are not focused on God fully. Keep you idolizing fitness so your identity is tied to your body, not your calling. Keep you fatigued and passive so you never move when God speaks. And if He can do that, He does not have to touch your faith, destroy your calling, because your body causes the delay for you. But when you steward your body biblically, you end that delay. When your body is submitted to God, it stops being the bottleneck and starts being the tool. When your body is aligned, your calling accelerates. If you're watching this and you're realizing, man, My body is being used against me. Maybe it's that you've been obsessing over food, idolizing fitness, or hiding fatigue. Maybe it's that you love God, but you can't seem to move when he speaks. Then Fit for the Call is for you. And it's where this war finally ends. It's where the delay ends. It's where you learn to steward your body as a living sacrifice, not for approval, not for control, but for obedience. If this is speaking to you, I'm going to link below Fit for the Call. You can go ahead and join today. And if this video exposed something in you, I want you to do two things. I want you to save this video and come back to it when you feel the pull towards food, fitness, or fatigue, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this too. Because the enemy's strategy only works when you don't see it, when you don't have awareness. But now you see it. Now you're aware. It's time to make this change. Commit to it below. Post in the comments, I'm committing today. I want to cheer you on, and I'll see you in the next video.